everybody. Welcome to Kame House Party. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Vince.
It is the only improv comedy Dragon Ball podcast in the known universe. We went up to space, looked through the Hubble. No other podcast that do this, baby.
That's right.
We're the only ones. And then we came back down to record this episode and say, you know, we're trying to get through every episode and iteration of Dragon Ball. And then we get together and talk about what we watched in a fun and comedic manner. And it is indeed a party. We're here to have a good time. But first, before we let you over the threshold, maybe we'll carry you. I don't know what our relationship is yet. Before we do any of that, we have to do a little something called Kame Housekeeping, wherein we get you ready for the episode ahead, for the guffaws and laughs. And the first order of Kame Housekeeping is the UN-sanctioned 1 minute roundup. Whip sound.
I'm at a loss for words. I've never seen this before. A man.
Werewolf, yeah.
Oh, God.
A man turned into a wolf.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm. Sup. It's still me, Barnaby. Come on. Grr.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
The Barnaby I know would have never eaten a horse like that. Oh, no.
Yeah, with these claws and fangs, I don't really need a fork and knife, as I usually eat horse.
That was my concern. I said, Barnaby's not even using a fork and knife. This is too much. This is just too much.
And since my shirt ripped off, I can't tuck a napkin under. No, I want to talk about Polite Werewolf.
I'm glad we both knew the game immediately.
But that is the beginning of the 1 minute roundup, where we do a Western-themed improv scene to loosen or tighten our improv muscles, and we stop when one of us breaks. It's been a few weeks since we recorded, so I'm not immune. I'm super sensitive to my own jokes. I can't control it. But when we break, we move on to the 1 minute roundup proper, which is where one of us, this time Vince, has to summarize everything that we've covered in Dragon Ball thus far. I mean, that is over 200 podcast episodes worth of stuff. That's all of the original Dragon Ball. That's 43 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, all in under a minute. So anyone who's listening that, you know, maybe it's your first time listening to the podcast, maybe it's been a while since you've tuned in. You don't have to go back and watch all of Dragon Ball. You don't have to go back and listen to all of our old episodes, although we wouldn't mind it if you did. To get caught up, you can just start on the latest and greatest episode. Vince, are you ready to round up?
I am ready. And I'm going to start my roundup in 3, 2, 1. So Dragon Ball's about Goku's adventures and misadventures on Earth and around the universe. There's 7 magic Dragon Balls on Earth. You collect them all, you make a wish for anything at all. Bulma meets Goku on an adventure. They stop Emperor Pilaf from getting the Dragon Balls, and Goku fights the Red Ribbon Army from stopping them from getting the Dragon Balls. Then he fights in 3 Tenkaichi tournaments, comes in second twice, wins 1 to Piccolo Jr., the son of his arch nemesis King Piccolo, who tried to take over the world using evil and demons. And then Piccolo's now a good guy. Then 5 years later, Goku has a son named Gohan. His brother Raditz from space shows up. He's like, hey, come be a bad guy. Goku says no. And then they fight and Goku dies. And he trades with King Kai on a tiny planet full of gravity. Meanwhile, 2 other Saiyans have arrived on Earth and they fight the Z Fighters and they kill all Goku's friends. And then Goku comes back and beats Vegeta and Nappa. And then people are dead, but the Dragon Balls are gone because Piccolo's dead. And then they have to go to Namek. And then on their way, Gohan, Bulma, and Krillin run into a bunch of stuff that sucks in space. And that's where they are now.
I like that Piccolo tried to take over the world, not just with evil, but evil and demons.
Yes, I think I added too many details early on, not enough in the back end. I'm rusty. Y'all deal with it.
Oh no! We got so much Z. We got more Z stuff than normal, which I think is appropriate. But thank you very much for that roundup. I hope everyone at home enjoyed it. And that brings us to the final part of Kame housekeeping, which is where we let you fine folk know that Vince and I, we watched two different versions of the episode. I watched the English subtitled version. Vince watches the English dubbed version. And we do this because we've done it since the beginning. Whether that was on purpose or on mistake, who cares? Let's get past that. But the important thing is that we do it because there are fun and interesting things to compare and contrast with all the differences in the episode. And the first difference is usually the title. Vince, will you please give us the title for your episode?
Ooh, with gusto. Here it comes. Episode number 44 of Dragon Ball Z. Brood of Evil.
Huh.
No points for using the word brood in a title. I do like brood.
Okay, fair. Brood
is fun to say.
Mm-hmm. It's a good word. It's fun. It's fun to say. It's fun to do. Okay, so 1 point.
Well, yes, 1 point. 1 point for this title. Let's see who comes out on top.
So here is my title for episode 44 of Dragon Ball Z, from the original Japanese, roughly translated, is A Tough New Enemy, Frieza, Emperor of the Universe.
Wait. It's so much.
My first thought was, who wrote this, Frieza?
Yeah. Allow me to write this copy for you, why don't you? Emperor Frieza.
Emperor?
Emperor of the Universe.
Good. Yeah, that was my big complaint. It wasn't specific enough of what you were the emperor of. This is great. I'm going to run with it. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Perhaps I should destroy you?
I was agreeing with you. I'm sorry.
Okay,
that
bye-bye.
was sarcasm. Oh, he's off. All right. Hey, he saved me 2 hours of work. I'm not good at my job.
And
scene. Ooh, a bunch of improv mistakes there.
Oh, yeah, so many.
If you know, you know. But we know we need to. Let's get into this episode. I was so happy when they mentioned Frieza in the title. I'm like, yes, finally. I think this is it. We're finally leaving this trash fake Namek planet. But Vince mentioned in the roundup some dumb stuff that the Ball Squad was doing. They're currently trapped by these fake Namekians on a fake Namek. And this is sort of where Zarkor and Lychee, they give out their master plan. First, I like that they call this planet a trash planet.
Yes. I think mine was, I think it was like garbage planet, trash planet, like this horrible place.
I think one of their main complaints is that there were no good places to eat at.
I like they are, as we were like getting to interact with these aliens a little bit more, they're really normal. like they're kind of just what you might imagine two creatures being stuck on a planet for a very, very long time might be, which is like kind of cordial, a little precocious, and menacing. But it's they had fun in this episode, I think.
They're not that evil. They just want to get off the planet. And the thing that I predicted is what happens. Their master plan was that, hey, look, we got stuck here because what they call the cosmic tide brought them to this planet. They had no way out. Then the Ball Squad arrived. They read their memories and did a whole bunch of illusions, which was their word for it. They said they caused illusions. They tricked the Ball Squad because they had to wait a little while for those cosmic tides to pass. Then they could steal their ship and leave. They certainly weren't waiting for the manga to catch up to the anime.
Not even a little bit.
That's not why.
Yeah,
they had to wait. It was cosmic tides.
I did have one continuity thing to point out. Is they explained that Namek, like the fake Namek, looked the way that it did by them scanning Bulma's brain and accessing the information about where they were going. But Bulma has never seen Namek, so how do they know what it's going to look like? Second, how did they cast an illusion over the planet as the Ball Squad was approaching, not knowing who it was going to be? Like, do they always put up a Namekian smokescreen around this planet to lure anybody in who's looking just for Namek specifically? Or what?
That's, you're very correct. I think I had an argument for it's probably just what Bulma thought Namek might look like. But them approaching, yeah, you're totally right. From space?
Mm-hmm. That's some Star Trek entity type of type shit going on right there. Look, we don't have to have answers, Aaron, because one of the things we need to tell the audience is that we don't do research. And if you want to help us figure out this continuity error, if it is a continuity error, you can send in your hashtag KHP research to kamehousepartypod@gmail.com, where we will then read it on air and be enlightened by your hard work.
I'm just flabbergasted by the power that these illusion powers can have. And I'm surprised they didn't just like do it again.
Right.
To keep what happens later from happening.
I guess the true brood of evil is continuity errors today.
Yeah. I don't have anything funny to say about this. I'm just like I'm just dumbfounded and mad. This episode. I guess they have long old frog tongues.
Yeah, yes.
One of them flicked that tongue, Froppy style, grabbed the dragon radar from Bulma, and they're like, "Also, we're gonna take the Dragon Balls now too. Bye, and you stay on this planet. We're gonna take your ship." Which is, they do address it later on, but I have to say again, I'm like, just ask for a ride, man.
Right. It's really. This episode makes the last four like so frustrating.
I think that's it, right? It's like within the story, you're saying that none of this mattered. So on top of us knowing that this is filler, and technically none of this matters, or will come back into play, within the meta of the show itself, you're saying none of this fucking matters either.
Right. I think with that, like, we've definitely found, at least for now, the most filler of filler episodes.
Yeah, this is the worst filler I think we've encountered. I have to say. Yeah, I would much rather see Gohan whine to a robot in a cave.
Yes.
Because at least at the end of that has like some emotional weight to it.
Mm-hmm. They do something with it. And we'll get into like how this encounter ends in a little bit. But like, do want to remark that it wasn't a total wash, I guess. We saw a fight, Aaron quotes, where between Krillin, Gohan, and the night feeders, the things in the water with the tentacles and the shells. For my Pokemon fans out there, maybe an Ammonite or an Amistar, but meaner.
Oh, those things are already fairly mean.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to collect. They're not cute. I don't want to collect those. I'll take 148 Pokemon, please.
How dare you? How dare you? Fossils are Pokemon too, Aaron. They just need to be revived through some shaky-ass DNA science.
I'll take a Kabuto.
Oh, okay. I guess you're going to say we don't need Aerodactyls in this century anymore, do we?
They'll wreck the Poke ecosystem. Look, Senator White. We know that you have a formidable amount of shares in the Pokemon revival, Pokemon fossil revival industry.
The PFR.
Mm-hmm. We know this isn't motivated by some altruism or some sort of Green New Deal. You're trying to make bank off these fossils.
Okay, if I'll have some time to respond, I fully support grass-type Pokemon and the Green New Deal. And I just want to say...
The Green Deal is where we have a major influx of grass-type Pokemon. Continue. to help with climate change. Continue.
When it comes to the delicate balance of the ecosystem, these Pokemon were already here. Okay, I don't see anybody complaining about their TMs and their HMs that are being manufactured by Pokemart, Big Pokemart, which I did not receive any backing for in my race to become Senator Pallet Town. home of the once great Ash Ketchum. You know, it's an honor to be serving this community of 4 homes.
That 10-time loser.
Hey, he's a 10-time loser, proven winner. Okay, that's my campaign. And just closing statement on that effect. I would like to resurrect all fossil Pokemon and any future fossil Pokemon to increase biodiversity amongst our Pokemon population. With the influx of grass type, we'll need some normal and ground type to help till the soil and aerate the fields. And look, I've got Ash Ketchum on the case. So that's Senator White from Pallet Town signing off on this debate.
When you say Ash Ketchum, a canonically 10-year-old boy is on the case, what exactly do you mean?
I think I just said he's on the case.
To what?
He's on the road. He's on the road to Viridian City. And Ash Ketchum will deliver for the Kanto region and all the other regions.
Look, I can't dispute his record in facing Team Rocket. That's way more impressive than Ash Ketchum defeating a terrorist organization multiple times, undefeated, is way more impressive than him trying to win a trophy.
It's very...
So maybe my only counsel will be maybe focus on that aspect if you're trying to push this young man.
Well, on the subject of pushing, I'm going to say, finally time to tax those gyms.
Yeah, they've counted as religious institutions for too long. I agree.
Separation of Poke State, okay? That's what's happening right now. I want Lieutenant Surge not owning a gym. It's conflict of interest.
Yeah, he does. He is running a paramilitary group out of his Poke Church.
Known mafioso and terrorist Giovanni also has his own gym.
Wait, does he?
Yes.
Hold on, I'm checking my notes. Oh, why? We allowed this to happen.
See, that's what the past administration let corporations get away with. I am here to change that.
All right. Poke OC.
and seed. Oh, you got it in there at the wire. Poke AOC.
Send that to her. She'll love it.
She'll love it. She'll stream with us.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, where were we? We were talking about
Nautilus's.
Yes, the night feeders, and how Krillin and Gohan escape by crashing them into one another and then firing their energy blasts in opposite directions, creating a whirlpool.
Yup, that's a thing that'll happen.
Mm-hmm. They used energy powers not to destroy their enemies,
to just sort of fling them around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you got this earlier, but the boys, the pink crustacean boys, they explicitly stated that these creatures aren't going to hurt you. They're just going to hold you until nightfall, which is odd. But like, is this a natural thing they do?
Which, yeah.
I don't know if you got that.
I got that line too. They did say that like why they're called night feeders is because they hold you until night and then they eat you.
See, that makes more sense. Mine was just like, they'll hold you until nightfall and then they'll let go. Which
again, if the Ball Squad was never in any danger, like it doesn't seem the illusions were all pointless.
Truly more so, because in mine, it felt like they were very specific to say, like, we're not trying to kill you. We're just trying to strand you on a planet that you may never escape. I don't see what the big deal is. Like, we're not barbarians like you. We're not that tough. We just use massive amounts of illusion magic.
Yeah, like they must be very powerful aliens or have very powerful mental abilities to cast an illusion over an entire planet.
We ray trace this entire bad boy.
Yeah.
Did I not mention we're PS5s?
Yeah, I was gonna say this illusion was rendered on PS5 hardware native 4K resolution at 120 hertz.
Oh, I'd be tricked too.
Exactly, the refresh rate.
You can see the. I saw this on Reddit. Someone posted. You could see the. You could see LeBron's plugs. That's how much visual fidelity there is in like NBA 2K1.
I don't know if LeBron signed off on that. Like I know the man's been struggling with his hairline. I think we should leave him alone.
It could be a shop.
Could be a shop.
Could be a Photoshop. Who knows?
2K fans, though, not known to know what Photoshop is.
What?
No, I'm kidding. Everybody loves 2K.
It's in the game. Wait, no, it's not in the game.
Yeah, it's not in that game. There's no license over there. Bulma is following the aliens back to the ship on foot and is kind of observing them trying to get into the ship, and she gets a light laugh at the fact that they can't open the ship. Again, Aaron, here's where I'm going to get even more frustrated. The aliens that are able to scan your brain to access information about Dragon Balls, to accurately simulate Namekians, to all the stuff that we've seen, and they didn't get the password for the ship out of Bulma's brain?
You'd think they would learn that they have to have this different language. Unless it's I can't. It's a big dumb mess.
It gets dumber because they're like the aliens are trying to get the door to open up. They're like, oh, because they even seem to know that it was voice commanded. Like, hey, open up and take us home or take us to Namek.
You're not making me mad, but you bringing up you noticing all these like inconsistencies. I guess I'm like, I guess I turned my brain off for this episode. And the more you bring up, just the more upset I get. I thought we were like in the clear. I thought we were getting out of this real quick, but I guess we're not.
Sorry. If they had just not had any, like, they could have done a bunch of different things to justify their illusions. They gave us an exposition dump and didn't use it at all.
Bulma is reasonable for once. And like, why don't we just like, hey, you can come with us. Why can't we all leave? And their justification is that, well, it's going to take 50 years for us to get back to our planet. So, no. But I'm like, just be cool. Just like, look, we're going to go to Namek. We're going to do this thing. We're going to go back to Earth. Once we're on Earth, you have at it.
Yeah, the ship is yours. Take it.
What's a cut? If you're going to live what you're saying is that your lifespan is stupidly long. What's an Earth month and a couple of Earth days, you know?
Exactly.
Come on. I'm going to go through this whole bit because it ends with a joke, I guess. So they're like, nope. They get on the thing. They start to rise up. They taunt her like, hey, don't worry. There's, someone's going to come along eventually. Yeah, there's food here if you're not too fussy. It's like, yeah, snakes and lizards.
Oh.
I'm not done. Not done.
Oh, shit.
They're going, they're snickering. All of a sudden, off camera, you hear Gohan say, Piccolo. The platform begins to lower, and we see the two boys on the edge of the cliff. And then Krillin, pointing to himself, says, I hate snakes.
What?
In reference to them eating snakes and lizards.
I did not get that. I did not get the snakes and lizards thing. I got what they were saying as they ascended into the ship was, you'll be fine. Somebody will come pick you up eventually. Don't go out at night alone, and don't drink the water. Bye.
Oh my God! What?
Yes, that's what I got.
What have they been drinking this whole time? Then
I don't know. What have they been swimming in?
Don't drink the water. Sounds a Dave Matthews fan. Yeah, that's the name of a song.
Don't you drink the water? Is that Dave Matthews?
That's close. Yeah, do you get a zinger from Krillin?
I don't think so. I know he points at himself, but I think it's more of like, don't worry, I'm here kind of thing. Like Bulma is nervous, and then it's like, well, we're here now. That
I
kind
don't drink water.
Yeah.
I collect my moisture through my membranes. Like a frog.
And then they say, oh, we're not so different. Well.
Yep. And then they tongue kiss. If they would have tongue kissed, that's better than this whole. I would have been like, you know what? This whole journey was worth it.
This is all part of a great plan.
A rich tapestry. Then a bunch of nothing, because they beat up the aliens. They beat up Zarkor and Lychee. The boys are surprised that it was very easy to do, and they reiterate, hey, we're not barbarians like you. Again, we only tried to strand you on a horrible planet, not give you a swift death. Mm-hmm. You jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they leave. That's it. They leave. That's it. They leave. They're gone. It's done.
Well, I wanted to ask, did you think, because there was a part of me that when they were fleeing the planet, because they had to go through this weird fog, and of course it's like, oh, the walls are closing in. Is the ship going to make it out? I thought there was going to be a possibility that it was like they were going to get stopped by the cloud wall. And then, of course, like Gohan or Krillin are going to have to fire an energy blast for them to finally escape. But luckily that did not happen. They just get out of there and start heading to Namek.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy they're gone. I will say, feel kind of bad for Zarkor and Lychee. Even though this was their own doing. We just see them on the planet like, almost, it's as if they lost a Little League game.
Yes, they're mildly disappointed. They're just like, I guess we didn't get it this time.
When's the next person gonna come along?
Exactly.
I'm so happy that the rest of this episode is not on this dumb planet.
I think you'll also be happy with the fact that we get a little bit of Vegeta after we get the escape, and he is just brooding. I'm going to use it again over getting to Namek to stop Frieza from using the Dragon Balls.
He is anger sitting.
Yes.
I'm curious if he did that the whole ride.
Knowing Vegeta, there were like a couple of anger sit poses, because the one that we see him in is like him balancing the scouter and kind of like spinning it on its edge. That kind of anger, seething almost.
His teeth have to be nubs at this point, right?
Pretty much, if he's grimacing like he did in this entire scene.
And for, day, who knows how long? I guess a month.
At least. But, Aaron, at least we get a commercial.
Well, Zarkor, we're really, I guess we're stuck here some more.
Yeah, Lychee, we're stuck again on this planet.
I get, it was a fair shake. We gave it our best. We can't be mad at that, Let's celebrate with some lizard gazpacho. I know it's one of your favorites.
A delicacy here on Garbage Planet 1.
Mm-hmm. The name we've given this place. We wrote it on a bunch of signs. Mm-hmm. That one year.
That was our optimistic year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were like, we could settle here. And just honestly, with our long lifespans, I'm freaking out a little, Zarkor. What are we gonna do to pass the time? I can't put up more signs.
Lychee, I managed to steal something else from those weirdo aliens that came down here.
Those barbaric, strong, non-carapace weirdos.
Yeah, they had soft skin and they were weird.
We all know you have to hide your soft spots, your soft skin.
Yeah, under your very strong armor.
Mm-hmm. They were the front against God, our God.
Our crustacean god.
Mm-hmm. Our Christian crustacean god.
And the way that I'm going to pass the time this time around, instead of, playing checkers with you all the time or making up weird illusions, I'm going to listen to a podcast.
How are you going to do that?
Well, first, I used this device that the humans had. And all you got to do is use the app that's like built into the phone thingy, and like I'm just gonna search for this podcast that it's already here. It's called Kame House Party. And all you have to do is like and subscribe, and then you can start listening. And they got so many episodes.
You're telling me that all I got to do is rate this podcast. I'm assuming 5 stars. The star system is universal. I just got to write a review like, I don't know, off the top of my head. I'm touching my 2 antennas together to think. When you are nigh immortal and you have all the time in the world, nothing passes the time so smoothly or gently like the voices of these 2 young men, these very young, very strong men, and their funny talk about Dragon Ball. Crustacean, God bless them all. Something like that, right?
Yeah, I think that works 100%, and I hear, and it's like kind of listed in what's like, the notes on these things, these like alien podcast things. It's like, it always helps if you do that. So I think that it might help us get more of them, and so we won't be bored. So you should do that.
I would hate for this podcast to end. Because then what are we going to do? Make more signs?
Yeah, kind of. I started getting into it.
You were really into like, you know what? There needs to be more school zones. Other signs.
Yeah. Stop signs, yield signs.
Well, I'm like, hey, let's make, you know what? This planet's big. Let's make some vehicles. And you're like, no. We need an infrastructure first.
I played Death Stranding.
Yeah, we beat that. Again, a lot of time. Wait a minute. There's someone else. Wait, I think I see another ship. It's tower shaped.
Oh, Yajirobe, we made it. Just in time.
Huh? I'm just waking up. What? What'd you do, cat?
I didn't do anything. We just landed on this planet and decided to tell people to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Don't be afraid to write a review using the one that was already exampled earlier in the ad.
What people? Those 2 delicious looking lobsters down there?
No, not them, you idiot.
What are you winking at? Stop it. I'm tired of it. Show me the people you're talking to. You dang cat.
Oh, Yajirobe. They're all around you. They're right there.
They see me when I eat beans? I mean, that's fine.
They see you when you're beansing. They know when you're awake.
'Tis the season. It's coming up.
Anyway, back to the show.
And get ready for a holiday special. Oh no, now I'm doing it. Back on Earth, some time has passed. We learned that it's been a month since the boss squad has left Earth. Well, Chi-Chi's there. She's changing out the flowers. Very nice of her. She's fussing a little bit about Gohan. She's like, you know what? I didn't get him nail clippers to take on the trip, which is honestly a good call.
It's a very good call, but also I want to note that this would have been a scene I think they would have like changed slightly for the Western audience. Like in earlier episodes, I could have seen this dialogue kind of being a little different, where instead of like nail clippers, she said like a nail file. Just something one off, but they mashed it beat for beat on this.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Good. The universal tool, the nail clipper.
That's what brings us all together.
They should have cut to Gohan chomping down on his little fingies.
They should have. They should have.
Those bad habits. Don't chew your nails.
I'll try.
No, that's personal. I won't say it. Just certain members of my family suck their thumb for longer than they should.
Ooh.
And I think at one point they got like that gunk that you have to put on your nails to keep. There's like gunk you can put on your nails to make them taste bad so you don't bite them.
Yep.
And they're like, well, this will work for the thumb. I'm like, it only works if you put it on there, bud.
This is true.
I'm not the one I can. Damn it. This is going to sound like I'm protesting too much. I can already tell. I'm already like digging this hole where everyone's like, you sucked your thumb for a long time. I didn't. It was my other sibling in Canada. You don't know them. They don't go to the school.
But they're going to be here over the summer, I promise.
Yeah, then you'll see.
And then I'm going to be there for a week. That's what I meant.
I get it. It's a nervous thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it a fun thing?
No, it's not a fun thing. It's a nervous thing. And I wish I could stop doing that to my nails. But I also wish Goku would just stop sneaking away. Because that's what he's doing as Chi-Chi's talking about Gohan and nail clippers. He's like, gently getting out of bed. Yeah, sure. Slowly opening the door.
Goku, just spend time with your wife.
Yeah, because she's definitely she's hanging out there.
She could say, you know what? Fuck off. You're going to do what you're going to do. I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to my dad's.
Yeah.
Suck a butt. But at the same time, like, Chi-Chi doesn't want to go back to that empty house.
That's true. I would be in her position. I'd rather stay at the hospital.
Of course, where do I, Chi-Chi, want to be? Of course, I want to be by my husband's side, who I love very much. And yeah, I get angry at some of his decisions, which I have the right to do. I think so. Randomly disappearing, fighting aliens. Any wife and partner would be furious about this.
Mm-hmm. And look, it's fine. The doctors are wise to Goku. He doesn't even get out the door before that stern doctor and also stern nurse are just staring him dead in the eyes.
Yeah. Listening to Stern.
Yes.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey, Baba Booey. Go to bed, Goku. Baba Booey. And then finally, Aaron, we get the best cut ever. They finally made it. They made it to Namek.
I'm re-experiencing the joy from this moment of just, we can start. We can finally get going.
But just before that, I need to say this.
All right.
Because it continues to frustrate me, is the fact that this time around, when they see Namek from space, Bulma's like, that's Namek for sure. The computer just confirmed it.
Oh, that's right. She didn't look at the computer last time.
She didn't look at the freaking computer last time.
It was doing all those red beeps.
Exactly.
The worst kind.
Ugh. This episode of filler nonsense.
She learned her lesson.
Fine. She learned her lesson.
I have to mention, Krillin's got a cool new hat.
Krillin's got a cool new hat.
He's like, I'm probably going to lose one in some sort of scuffle. I should do too.
Because, yes, this is the second hat for Krillin on this trip. Third outfit change for Krillin on this trip. Yeah, I'll just use my famous hashtag Krillin them softly with these fits. And the hat is dope. It's red brim, white, and it says Kame Sen Krillin, but it's Kullin.
Yeah, I could not look up what it means, but I believe, that second word was definitely his name. And then Kame, I don't know, Kame Sen?
Kame Sen, yeah.
I'm not quite sure what that, God Krillin?
Maybe.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Krillin.
Heaven sent Krillin.
Ooh.
But I'm again, audience, we don't do research on the show. We're not allowed. It was written into the contract that we signed in blood years and years and years ago. Mm-hmm. So if you know what Kame Sen Krillin means, please send in that translation, hashtag KHP Research, kamehousepartypod@gmail.com.
Yeah, you're going to do that.
Just got to do that. That's all you got to
do. They land. Bulma's like, all right, now to test this atmosphere. I mean, I brought masks, so if we can't breathe it should be fine. And then she looks out the window, and the boys are out there just sucking it all up.
Mm-hmm. Breathing in that sweet Namekian air.
Mm-hmm. And her smoke I do like that smoke comes out her brain. Because she is so mad about this. And their explanation is like, look, Piccolo and Kami were fine on Earth. It's cool.
Sound logic.
Sound-ish logic. I don't know if you get this. So Bulma is like, all right, let's see if the Dragon Balls are here. Yes, they are. Then Krillin pinches her cheeks. She asks what he's doing, and Krillin says, I'm just making sure that this also isn't an illusion. Then he gets slapped. Was that the exchange? Were there different justifications for the pinchings and the slappings?
The exchange, unfortunately, was the exact same, and it was kind of weird that Krillin would do that. Just gonna say.
No, how does that disprove an illusion?
Well, it's supposed to be a gag, right? It's supposed to be like, oh, pinch me, I'm dreaming.
Uh-huh.
But instead of pinching himself or asking, yeah. Instead of, yes, pinching thyself, he pinches thine Bulma.
He knew.
He knew what he was doing. They're not dreaming. They are, in fact, on Namek. Gohan makes some observations about how it's somewhat similar to Earth, but way too quiet. What other things did they mention up at the top about?
It's similar to where Gohan trained.
Yes.
It's like, of course, Piccolo would instinctually pick somewhere like that. As Bulma and Krillin are celebrating, Gohan senses some powerful ki that Krillin picks up on shortly after. Some powerful evil ki, they feel like. And they try to convince themselves, like, you know what, that's just Namekians. They're probably strong boys. That's probably what that energy is. And then they all freak out. Because, Vegeta's pod is coming in hot.
Woo, yeah. We're getting very close to some very fun stuff, and we get to follow Vegeta for a while, hopefully in a few episodes.
I'm really liking Vegeta. Already they're the time we get to spend with him on his own. Like, you automatically get the sense that, like, Vegeta is not the enemy here. Like, clearly, if he's scared of this Frieza, like, even in this episode, he's like, I can't face Frieza until I wish for eternal life from these Dragon Balls.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I can take out these other scrubs. No problem. But Frieza, oh boy, I'm gonna need a little immortality in this Saiyan's corner.
Right.
Yeah, already I'm like, you know what, Vegeta? Yeah. Well, let's see what you're up to.
They notice Vegeta's pod, freaks everybody out. Krillin, like, quickly turns to Bulma and is like, Bulma, go home. Go home and bring Goku back. And then they do like a weird bit. Did this happen in yours? Because, like, Bulma's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll go back. It'll only take 2 months. You guys will be fine in 2 months, right? And Krillin's like, yeah, 2 months. Ha 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 ha. Like, they laugh it off.
Because, yeah, similar. Pretty much the same. But I think the intent with the animation might have been just Bulma losing your goddamn mind.
Sure. I guess.
Maybe. I don't think she was, like, being sarcastic. I think she's, like, trying. It might have been them just trying to convince themselves, like, yeah, that's a viable plan, right? You guys can survive hiding from Vegeta for 2 months. Yeah. You can stop him if he gets all the Dragon Balls, right?
Yeah, it was just, it felt uncomfortable, a little weird to me. And yeah, I think she's having kind of a break.
I mean, it's such a break that she calls Master Roshi.
Yes.
That's how desperate they are. On the space phone?
Yeah, Bulma makes a space phone, y'all.
I mean, clearly set up beforehand, but again, I don't do research. I'm no astrophysicist. I'm no Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm not a jerk online. But, like, I know that wouldn't work. Straight up.
Yeah. Because let's assume Bulma's using radio wave technology, and that takes time to travel across space. So it wouldn't be like they're having an instant conversation.
Yeah. I mean, cartoon about fighting.
True. But
maybe she invented some warp technology.
I wouldn't put it past Bulma. She's a smart, capable science engineer and pilot. Okay,
something quantum physicsy, where, like, actually the radio signal gets there before I even say it. Technically,
yeah, she's able to boost the power of the radio with the Namekian ship, and of course that's going to help boost it. You send it on a carrier wave, blah, 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 blah. The future of warp technology, going to save Starfleet and the space environment. Okay, yeah. Moving on.
Q gets involved.
Yes.
See, what happened was future Bulma actually sent it to present Bulma.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The same way in the new Star Trek movies. That, is it Spock that gives young Scotty the warp technology? I forget.
It was something
Simon
stupid.
Pegg.
Yeah, something Simon Pegg, something the warp drive.
I do like that in this instance, Bulma, the entire time she's like saying, hey, you got to get Goku up here. She's like, also, don't tell Chi-Chi. Please don't tell Chi-Chi. We have to keep the secret from his wife.
Stop hiding things from Chi-Chi. She can take it if she knows.
Fate of the universe at this point, Chi-Chi. Come on. I know you don't care.
All you gotta say is Goku has to go help Gohan. She'll say, get out there.
Gohan's in trouble and Goku needs help. And Goku, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's the way to spin it.
It's all about messaging, people.
Mm-hmm. We'll get the team on it. We'll come up with a few ideas. We'll dial test them.
Mm-hmm. We'll have a tissue session in a week.
Hey, I know what that means.
I don't know what it means either.
But they freak out because more pods, I guess, are landing on Namek. Because I forgot they don't know about Frieza.
Right.
They kind of do, but they don't realize there's a correlation. So Boss Squad freaking out. They're way in over their head. And then, ooh boy, cut to the final scene.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of dead Namekians. So that's not what I'm ooh-boying about.
We do not take delight in any of the Namekians, in the Namekians harmed during the making of this episode.
But we see some Frieza Force soldiers wearing dumb helmets. We see a Zarbon who's just, light blue ponytail?
I was just going to say hot.
Well, yeah. A Vega looking, a buff Vega.
Mm-hmm. That's a perfect example. A pale blue, buff, green-haired Vega who is just going to steal your heart and also your love.
I was going to say, and also he's stealing it by ripping it out of your chest.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that's what I should have said.
Which is what he called love. That's his love language.
Mm-hmm.
We see Dodoria. Dodoria? I'm sorry, not Dodoria. Cha-cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha.
Dodoria. He's just a plump boy. A plump, spiky boy.
Mm-hmm. Maybe described as a, how would I say it? Like a pink humanoid pufferfish.
That's very good. I like that. And then the main event. Ooh, there it is. It's Frieza.
Yeah.
In his little floaty chair. And I have to say, with the few shots they used, maybe they should have sent it in for his another pass, because it looks like a goober. He's not that well drawn. He looks very puffy in the face.
True.
Like maybe he went out last night. He knew he had to be. It was his first day on set. Maybe he didn't get enough sleep because he was nervous. Maybe someone convinced him to go out.
Yeah, hey Frieza, come out with us. We're gonna relax for the shoot tomorrow.
Oh no, I need my beauty sleep. It's my first day. I want to make a good first impression.
Look, Frieza, I know you want to make a good first impression, but I've been working on this show for a couple runs now,
yes.
and every actor when they get their first introduction to the audience, it's a little nervous. I could tell. So I'm just saying, you come out, you have a few drinks with us at the bar here on Namek, since we're on location. They're really nice, and maybe some karaoke, maybe.
I haven't gotten to go out on Namek yet. All right, okay. I'll ask this: is Goku gonna be there? I'd love to meet. I'd love to, network a little.
Yeah. So Goku only wants to be on location when he needs to be. So I don't think he's gonna make it right now. Maybe in a couple weeks he'll show up, and then absolutely I'll introduce you to him. I mean, I'm only a production assistant, so
it's bold of you to ask me. I'm 4 on the call sheet to ask me to hang out with the rest of the PAs. But I respect your balls. I get it. You're hustling. You're trying to make connections. Is Vegeta gonna be joining us? I have some big. I'd love to talk about character. I know I have some big scenes with him coming up.
Right. Yeah. So I met with Vegeta earlier. He's pretty zonked out from a lot of that angry sitting that he had to do today. So he's going to hang out in his trailer tonight, I think he said. Yeah,
he's pretty method.
Yeah, he's really into it. I wouldn't get to him now.
Right. One drink. That's what I'll guarantee. One drink.
One drink. Kevin has some weed if you want it, and
It's legal on Namek, right?
yeah, all the drugs are legal on Namek, right, Tanya?
Oh yeah. I'm on heroin right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I'm rolling right now.
Okay, yeah, but just one drink. Look, I'll take one drink, a little bit of weed, some heroin, not a ton.
Cut
Just
to
some heroin.
Cut to the next morning.
Yeah. Oh, what is up? Oh my god. No. I lost. I worked with my vocal coach for months to get that voice. Shit.
Hey,
oh no, there's knocking at the door.
Frieza, we need you on set like right now.
I'm coming.
Frieza, are you
Just give
are
me
you
a
okay?
minute.
Frieza, hold on. Are you okay?
Yeah, don't open the door. Just can you have a PA if there are any left alive? I don't know why I'd know that. Could you have a green tea with honey would be great.
Okay, so you need a green tea with honey.
Hot.
You got through makeup and prosthetics, right? So you're good to go.
Oh, yeah. Frieza's looking around his trailer. He's just, I'm not viciously putting on grease paint myself.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. No. All good. Okay. I have your tea. Are you ready to come out?
Toilet paper tubes. All right. Scotch tape.
He's saying this out loud.
Let's see. Was I supposed to be in my floating? It's the floating chair on set.
The floating chair is on set. We're actually going to be losing some fuel if we don't get you out there soon. So,
all right,
yeah.
Just 1 second. All right. Football helmet that thankfully was here.
All right. Well,
Two of those drumstick ice cream things. Pop them on my head. All right. Remove my extra fingers. All right, let's go. All right, let's make some art, baby.
oh my God, you look awesome. This is way better than what we had anticipated.
Oh, yeah. They look K&B effects. They do great work.
All right, everybody, we got Frieza on set. Frieza on set. Everybody to ones. And action. I am the director.
and see. That's how it went down. All the PAs are dead.
All the PAs are dead. And so the director is now running it.
Well, director would call action, but the first AD runs the set.
See.
But that's it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they have Dragon Ball. They have a bunch of Dragon Balls too.
Oh, okay, yeah. They have a bunch of Dragon Balls. They have 4 of the 7 Namekian Dragon Balls, which are also huge.
PS5 big.
Yeah.
Look, that's the only thing on my mind is what I'm saying.
Of course.
I'm so happy. I'm so relieved that we're on actual Namek.
Feels good.
I know. We pinched each other and then slapped each other.
That's our new handshake, is we grab each other's cheeks and then we slap each other.
Yeah, we know this is not an illusion.
And I really thought we were going to end the episode without getting a full shot of Frieza. And we got Frieza, Zarbon, and Dodoria, and I'm into it. I'm excited about this. I'm very excited.
I mean, we almost didn't.
We almost didn't, but we
because
we
of
did.
he was out.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We had some questions in this episode. If you might have some answers for us, you can write to us at kamehousepartypod@gmail.com. You can talk to us on all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, I'll link it again, but there is an unofficial Kame House Party Discord server that power listener Jacob made. There'll be the link for that in the show notes. Come hang out. There's some buzz. There's some activity there.
Yeah.
I tried to get some. I was like, hey, here's this hat. We're gonna have questions about it. Try and see if I could drum up something. Nothing yet.
Yeah, there you go.
And we're continuing on Twitch every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out with us. We're playing a whole bunch of different games. Twitch.tv/Kame House Party. I am relearning how to end this show. Please forgive me.
It's all good
But
because I can kind of take it from there and just say whether you are breathing in that sweet, sweet Namekian air or you're gelling up your big, big Vegeta hair, you gotta keep fighting. God.